Okay, this was a really close match. I think our scorekeeper's ready. Let's roll those scores. It's going to be a win for the Blue Alliance. Alliance number 5 with 148 points compared to Red's 131. And we're going to throw it back to the fun desk for some more expert commentary.
Well, we have our first upset here at Kettering Kickoff. Alliance 7 taking this one, continuing up through the upper bracket. They'll play match number 8. Red Alliance, a little bit of work to do, unfortunately for them, falling to the lower bracket in match number 6, 17-11, having some issues and just unfortunately falling dead. Overall, I think this is one of the cleaner matches we had. I'd love to see a match where all 6 robots are going the whole time, though.
Yeah.
What did you see in this one, Ben?
Well, I think one of the first things that I noticed was Red seemed to struggle with the charge station this match. During auto, they didn't get the balance on the charge station, and then at the end, they also only had the 2 unbalanced. And I think that did set them behind in score. Not by much, but enough to affect the match. I definitely think that was a big thing. Like you said, at about 37, we saw a really hard hit on 17-11, and that set them back because 17-11 is a great scorer. They're just back and forth, and they get hit here, and they just stop moving. They didn't move for the rest of the match. Neither team got the balance, so like you said, there's some inconsistencies to work out for next match. But I think both of them will be able to come back pretty good.
Yeah, so if you're Red Alliance, so I mean, looking at this one, obviously you had an Alliance partner die in this match, but it was still 30 seconds left. I'd still like to see a little more throughput from the Red Alliance. What do you do if you're Red Alliance falling in the lower bracket now? What do you have to do to stay alive in your next match?
One of the biggest things I saw outside of the charge station is they were placing their cones and cubes a little bit more haphazardly. They did a good job near the end to keep up some links, but they definitely weren't trying to link up early. Which I think did make them fall behind a little bit because Blue had all of their top links really early on.
Yeah, I'll agree. Red Alliance had a little bit of a lead. Going into auto, it was 43-37 coming out of auto. And unfortunately, we had a little bit of issues with our field connection here from the match on this. But Blue Alliance, I just really like, it just seemed like they were very poised in this match, able to go back and forth. Once again, we talk about like the cycles of going back and forth, having one picking up while the other one's delivering out there, I think really worked out well. And, you know, you also see on the Blue Alliance, all 3 robots are scoring throughout this match as well, too. There's really not any defense being played, and I think that's the right call. And I think that's why we saw number 7 Alliance succeed so well in this match.
Absolutely. Given that Red can keep scoring next time, though, they'll be great.
Well, we're going to keep moving on in a second. Here, we'll have our next match coming up, which is going to be match number 4. Let's take a little bit of preview on this one while we're still waiting to get our field cam back up here. Alliance 3 versus Alliance 6. This is going to be a great matchup here. I really like Metal Muscle a lot in this one. What a phenomenal season that they've had throughout this match here. And number 6 Alliance, I think they got a lot to try to build up to. The number 3 Alliance looks really, really strong in this one, picking up the other 302 team as well, too, and rounding up with Fast Team. 3 great robots on the Red Alliance. What does Blue have to do to keep this one going?
I think just like we saw last match, it all comes down to strategy. They've got to be really coordinated. They've got to keep up the scoring. They've got to stay out of each other's way. If they can do those things, they really do have a chance.
And I do want to talk a little about the crew had an absolutely phenomenal season as well then for themselves over around Blue Alliance. So a great scoring machine out of that. Robo Cubs and Flying Toasters. Flying Toasters is a team you always talk about all the time. So I can't wait to see how this one turns out. Let's send it back down the field and meet these fantastic teams.